877 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy.
Janelle? From spring break 08?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Brit K. Good like that.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Friday, the 11th day of July 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating in a type of motorized vehicle, including those electric vehicles, bikes, and those that are shaped like skateboards that are not required to be licensed, even though some of them can go as fast as motorcycles. We urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road. If for some reason, some unexplained reason, you have a driver's license, but you don't know the rules of the road, please, please learn them. Why? Because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs are brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. From Tortuga wholesalers, you should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. And again, we want to give a big, big, big shout out to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson. Big, big shout out going out to Mr. Wilson this morning as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and by extension For the Record into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I have the distinct pleasure and honor of being your host. My name is Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open at some junctures, depending on whether or not we have guests in the studio. This morning, we have no guests in the studio, so the phone lines will be open. All that we ask of you is that you be respectful in terms of what you say, how you say it, as well. Be extremely respectful to persons individually, to groups, to nationalities, to various classes of people. A lot of times, the saying is, it isn't what you say, but how you say it, as well. And of course, the phone lines that are open, we have our toll-free number that is provided courtesy of Flo. That number is 1-800-534-8255. You can also call 949-8037, 949-6990. And of course, that beautiful radio voice of Miss Basilia Cuff will take your calls. We also have a WhatsApp number, 925-3261. And I am told we already have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Hey, good morning. How art thou?
Good morning, OC Connor. Yeah. Yeah, how art thou?
I am fine. How are things with you?
I'm good. Cooking up a storm,
Okay,
Yeah,
what's on the menu today? What's on the menu?
Oh, we got salt beef and beans, and we got fry my with some nice coconut oil. Yeah. Now that you're on the birthday wishes, I want to publicly send birthday greetings to the deputy leader of the opposition.
Yes.
Mr. Kenneth Bryan.
Tomorrow
is his birthday.
Yeah.
So I want to send I want you to send out some birthday shots there to him.
He's been relatively quiet these days. Is he off island?
Oh yeah, man! I tell you, things can happen when people don't have a little ace up their sleeves, man. Man, even if I don't got ace, I'm still running my mouth. I got a few 4s and 6s and things, but I pretend that I have an ace. No one will know.
Yep.
Yeah. He's on the quiet side. So I would hope that we see him today to do our normal thing of wishing him a happy birthday in front of everybody, like how we normally do.
Yeah.
So I hope he's listening. I guess now that he's not in a position where he is, he probably not even wake up yet. So, but send him out some shots there for his birthday.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I'm doing a double today, so I'm going to be in here all day in the studio.
Oh, okay. And you don't have no guests, you say?
No guests this morning. We were arranging, but I think that there's a retreat taking place today. I'm not sure whether or not all government ministers are involved in that with retreat, and then we're waiting for some press releases to come out.
I'll call back because I don't want to spoil the birthday greetings with any other conversation. So certainly. I'll call back. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you heard it there. Advance happy birthday greetings going out to Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Kenneth Bryan, who's celebrating his birthday tomorrow. We also know that Mr. Jaden Cover, he will be celebrating his birthday on Sunday, the 13th of July. His family, they are extremely proud of him as he continues his university studies in pursuit of becoming an orthopedic surgeon. So, Mr. Jaden Cover, happy birthday in advance, Sunday the 13th of July. And he's at university studying to become an orthopedic surgeon. Others celebrating a birthday today. We see Mr. Lyndon Lathan Martin celebrating his birthday today. Also, Edith Valeris, celebrating a birthday today. On Sunday, we see Mr. Let's go do it in order. Tomorrow, Annalie Ebanks celebrating a birthday. Also, Mr. Renwick Connolly celebrating a birthday tomorrow. And then on Sunday, Mr. Winston Connolly is celebrating his birthday as well. So today, Lyndon, Lethan, Martin, Edith Valeris. On Saturday, the 12th, Annalie Ebanks and Renwick Connolly. And on Sunday, Winston Connolly, along with Mr. Jaden Cover, celebrating their birthdays on the 13th of July. And again, folks, these birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. From Tortuga Wholesalers, you should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. We also see here that the granddaughter of Miss Ruth James, Kanaya James, celebrating her birthday, celebrated her birthday yesterday on the 10th of July. So happy belated birthday greetings are going out. They're coming from Grandma Ruth James. Hope you had an amazing birthday. Greetings also coming from your dad, mom, sisters, aunties, uncles, and cousins with lots of love. And to remind you that, for the record, birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. I see we have a voice note as well. I'm not sure whether or not it has anything to do with a birthday, but we will check that out during our commercial break, and we will be back immediately after this short commercial break.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Samuel Osbert Bertie Ebanks, Certificate of Honor, JP, 1909 through 1996. Bertie Ebanks, like most of his contemporaries, started his working life as a seaman. Early in his career, he survived the sinking of the Vita Louise, on which he was an engineer. He became the Cayman Islands' first public health officer and sanitary inspector. Among his accomplishments were his insistence on sanitary disposal of household wastes and the immunization of the entire population against diphtheria and polio. With a budget of only £500, he eradicated the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which carries yellow fever, a feat that still baffles experts. Mr. Bertie served in the Assembly of Justices and Vestrymen as an elected member for West Bay from 1934 to 1942 and as a Justice of Peace from 1946 to 1959. He established the 4-H Club, the West Bay Cooperative Fishermen's Society, and the West Bay Reading Society and wrote a book, Cayman Emerges. In 1930, he organized the Bosun Bay Sunday School, which was the forerunner of the Bosun Bay Presbyterian Church. He was awarded the Queen's Certificate and Badge of Honor in 1976 in recognition of services rendered to his country.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget, our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice-cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
Join us on July 10th at 5:30 p.m. for the BRAC launch of the Seamen's Registry at the Veterans and Seamen's Association Hall, as Celebrate Cayman invites seamen and their families to honor the vital contributions of our seafaring community to the Cayman Islands. Experience historical displays, hear inspiring speakers, and explore interactive exhibits. Plus, be among the first to visit the new Seafarers Registry website. Mark your calendars for July 10th. Exhibitions and activities will continue through July 12th. Let's come together to celebrate our maritime heritage.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record, 8 minutes before we go to our 8 o'clock news. So for the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Kenneth Bryan, birthday greetings are going out to him as well, and birthday greetings coming from his entire family, including his mom also on his birthday tomorrow. We have also been asked to send happy birthday greetings to Miss Laurie Parchman in Grand Cayman. The birthday greetings are coming from your longtime friend, Rose Myrie in Cayman Brac, who still prays for you. God bless you always. So birthday greetings to Miss Lori Parchman in Grand Cayman, coming from Miss Rose Myrie. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday or any other momentous occasion, please send that information to us and we will give them a birthday shout out right here on For the Record. And if it comes after the birthday shout out segment, we will try to slip it in at some point during the show as well. Meanwhile, let's look at some of the headlines in our local newspapers today, starting with an article speaking about cyber cops who have been able to trace $14 million stolen from Cayman victim in inside job crypto heist. I haven't read the article yet, but I'm just giving you the headlines. Also, downgraded hurricane forecast still projects above average season. And I'm going to pause there for a second and just to say that, our thoughts and our prayers go out to those persons in the central Texas area, those families who have lost loved ones. And, without knowing all of the facts and without passing any judgment, I will just simply say that forecasting and listening and heeding the warnings when they do come out and also acting on those warnings, not only the populace, but also all of our officials and our official agencies. It is so important to listen and to follow the news when it comes to weather events as well. I was thinking again this morning, and I can remember, in the 80s and even in the 90s when we had a hurricane watch, or when we got to a warning, because we didn't have certain protocols that were established. There was always this guessing game. Should we put it out there? Should we advise tourists to leave? What should we do? And what if the system doesn't come our way? Then we have moved tourists off the island. Folks, nothing is more important than someone's safety and their lives. And we went through that before. We have a much more robust system now in terms of forecasting and relaying information to our populace, but it is important to follow what's taking place. Just wanted to say that. And then there's another article about planning permission sought for food truck court beside Tim Hortons. And what can I say on that? Yes, food trucks, I don't really patronize them, so I really don't know what their prices are like. But when you go to some of these fast food places nowadays, what you order there in terms of price, can certainly exceed what you would normally pay for a plate of food at a local restaurant as well. And people need to be given the choice as to where they want to those businesses that they want to patronize. Yes, I know we're thinking about aesthetics, and you don't want to have these things all over the place. People may argue, why so close to Tim Hortons? They have to pay trade and business license and all of the other things. I would imagine that the owners of the food trucks, have to do the same as well. So there has to be some flexibility there. Everyone has to survive. And what's more important is that the public should be afforded the choice as to where they want to eat. at, or what businesses they want to patronize as well. During the break for our news, I'll read more into these articles as well. And the other one, National Heroes Day Awards renamed. So we still have a National Heroes Day. It is just that the awards, will be changed, as well. There's a huge article in relation to that. And then, of course, there's one, tourism dips in May, but Cayman still on track for strong 2025 tourism season as well. Let's see if I can find what Cayman News Service is saying. Do I have enough time to do that? Let's try and see. Sometimes on their website you have to refresh to make sure that you're getting the latest news. Imports grow by 8.3% as local population booms. Minimum wage uplift, first step to address poverty. CUC says decrease in power bills is due to investments. Lawyer and NRA staff get help crossing roads. And DG announces new members of the Constitutional Commission. Those are some of the headlines in Cayman News Service. Not wanting to influence one or the other, but of course, the Compass, they certainly are more current with their reporting, and I must also commend them for the quality of their articles and the reporting that we're now seeing in the Caymanian, I'll still call it the Caymanian Compass. We're seeing more of that as well. Again, the story about population increase in the Cayman Islands and our imports increasing due to population. Folks, if you want to control things, if you want to restrict things, one of the strongest arguments is that we have a finite, this island, the landmass is finite. We cannot overwhelm it, so we have to control our population. One of the best ways and one of the only ways available to us is through immigration. That should be topic for conversation when we return from our 8 o'clock news. So don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
The time in Radio Cayman is now 8 o'clock, and this time signal is brought to you by Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
I'm April Cummings with your latest news. The meeting summary is out for the July 2nd meeting of Cabinet, and among the decisions, new appointments to the National Housing Development Trust Board and the Nursing and Midwifery Council. Cabinet also issued drafting instructions for amendments to the Education Act, the Auditor's Oversight Act, and new regulations for trademarks and submarine cable modernization. Budget adjustments were made reallocating funds from medical scholarships to student enrichment services. The Cabinet also noted several major reports, including the Human Development Index Report 2023, the Third Quarter Economic Report 2024, and the Labor Force and Consumer Price Index reports for 2024 and early 2025. A memorandum of understanding was approved with Jamaica's Ministry of Health and Wellness to support the University College of the Cayman Islands nursing program. Same structure, higher wages. Tourism Minister the Honorable Gary Ruddy explains how the rollout of the new minimum wage will affect the hospitality sector.
The current $6 an hour is comprised of a base rate of $4.50, and the remaining $1.50 can be made up from an approved gratuity scheme representing a 75-25% split. The new minimum wage follows the same format, with the base rate being $6.56 and the remaining $2.19, or 25%, is allowed to be made up from an approved gratuity scheme.
At the recent Hospitality and Tourism Forum, the minister said employers will be responsible for ensuring that all employees earn at least the minimum wage, even when a gratuity scheme is involved.
In instances where the gratuities are not sufficient to make up the full 25% contribution, employers are required by law to make up the difference to ensure that your employees receive the full minimum hourly wage, which is $6 now and will be $8.75 per hour from January 2026.
Mr. Reddy tells industry representatives a committee will review all of the recommendations from the 2023 minimum wage report, including how gratuities will be treated in the future. The Criminal Registry has a temporary new home to facilitate renovations to the existing registry in the law courts at Hero Square. For the time being, the registry will be on the ground floor of the law courts on Cardinal Avenue. It will still be open on its regular schedule, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays. That's your local news at this hour. I'm April Cummings. Now to the BBC for stories making headlines around the world.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. The Kurdish rebel group, the PKK, has begun the historic process of laying down its arms after a decades-long insurgency against the Turkish state. Weapons are being destroyed at a ceremony in Iraqi Kurdistan. Gaza's last big functioning hospital has had to stop admitting casualties because of intense Israeli military action nearby. Staff at the Nasser medical complex in Khan Yunis say life support systems are shutting down for lack of fuel. The US and Chinese foreign ministers have met on the sidelines of a regional forum in Malaysia where President Trump's tariffs have dominated concerns. The remains of 7 recently identified victims are being buried at an event to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Srebrenica massacre in Bosnia. 8,000 Muslim men and boys were killed by Bosnian Serb forces in Europe's worst recent atrocity. 30 people have been killed in central Myanmar after the country's military regime hit a monastery with airstrikes. The attack took place in the early hours of Friday morning in the village of Sagaing Township. China has denied accusations it's asking tech companies to illegally collect and store data. The EU's launching a fresh investigation into Chinese-owned TikTok over alleged transfers of users' personal data to servers inside China. South Korea has called for talks with North Korea after it began dismantling a facility which once hosted reunions for families divided by their border. The request for dialogue reflects a change in approach from the new government in Seoul. Astronomers believe a mystery interstellar object discovered last week is probably the oldest comet ever seen. They say the visitor, named 3i Atlas, could be 7 billion years old. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Boddentown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Boddentown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Witness the elegance of the Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2025 contestants as they embark on a captivating motorcade through our beautiful island. On July 19th, the motorcade will start at 9 a.m. at the Georgetown Public Library, then on to West Bay, followed by stops at 7 Mile Beach, Cayman Turtle Center, Bodden Town, and North Side. Come together as a community to uplift and cheer for these remarkable young women. Don't miss the chance to be a part of the magic. Mark your calendars for July 19th and come out to show your love and encouragement. Let's make this motorcade a day they will never forget.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
You know, if I could sing as well as I think I can talk, I would sing a beautiful song for you. You know that song that says, "It's a beautiful day." Yeah, it is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day outside, and it's a beautiful Friday, a beautiful day to be alive. And I'm so very happy, so very grateful for the gift of life, and so very happy for each of you listening to the 89.9 at this time. Thank you so very much. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for always making it Radio Cayman. It is now time for your weather update. So we're going to start off with looking at the temperature at this time, which is 84 degrees, but it already feels like 94 degrees. What's happening, man? What's happening? You know, I think it's about to be a very, 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 did I say very? A very hot summer. So in a synopsis of today, expect an increase in the chance of some showers this morning with gentle winds and seas prevailing through the next 24 hours. Radar imagery shows a few showers south of the Cayman area moving towards the west-southwest. Today, expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of morning showers and possible thunder. Temperatures will rise to the low 90s with a heat index near 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are expected to be easterly at 5 to 10 knots and the seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers and temperatures will fall to the low 80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots and the seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. In a look at our tides today, expect a high tide at 9:20 this morning, a low tide at 3:44, and that's 3:44 this afternoon, and a high tide tonight at 10:43. Sunset later today will be at 7:06, and sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:56. In our outlook for the weekend, or the first part of the weekend, a Saharan dust plume is expected to spread across the Western Caribbean from tomorrow morning, which will bring generally settled and hazy conditions across the Cayman area and the region. And that is it for your weather update, my friends. This is Radio Cayman 89.9.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
Your mornings just got a whole lot buzzier. Join me, Kathy Miller, every Tuesday and Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. on The Buzz, Radio Cayman's morning talk show with insight, impact, and inspiration, covering business, policy, finance, health, culture, and the biggest local and global issues impacting our Cayman community. With fresh perspectives from younger generations to stories of inspiration from local entrepreneurs. Tune in and turn up Tuesday and Thursday mornings, 7:30 to 9:30 with me, Kathy Miller, on The Buzz. The Buzz.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Good morning to all my friends who are traveling on our nation's roads. Good morning to you. Remember that while you are driving, please look out for our pedestrians, look out for our tourists, look out for our children. And I can't stress this enough. Please look out for each other. It doesn't cost us anything to be courteous to the next driver. And that is something that I love about being here in the Cayman Islands. I love how courteous we are on a whole on the roads. Let us keep it up, all right? And for those of you, your conscience is bothering you because you know you need to be a little bit more courteous, today is a great day to start on that, okay? It is 8:14 right here on the 89.9, and it is now time for our traffic update. So let me hop on over to Shedden Road. Not much traffic at this time. A very happy Friday to you. For those who are traveling or heading into the vicinity of Owen Roberts Drive, don't you worry if you have to catch a flight. No traffic at all on that road. So if you're going to catch a flight, you should be good. I hope you're not late, and I hope you haven't missed check-in time. Yes. Take your time. Not much traffic in that area. Good morning to you. And for those who are visiting the island, welcome to the Cayman Islands. Hopping on over to West Bay Road. Good morning. Smooth flowing traffic in both directions. And just about the same over there on the East-West Arterial Road. Smooth flowing traffic. My favorite road, Crew Road. I'm always picking on my friends on Crew Road. Steady but flowing traffic at this moment. Yes, it is 8:15, well, almost 8:16. And this is usual for this time of morning and, of course, in the evening. But, you know, things have gotten a little bit less congested since school has dismissed for the summer holidays. So we give thanks for that, right? Yes. We really give thanks for that. All right, let's hop on over to, did I say West Bay Road? Yes, I said West Bay Road already. All right, let's hop on over to the CNB roundabout. The most traffic that I'm seeing at this time is coming from Huldah Avenue. So if you are driving towards the CNB roundabout from Huldah Avenue, you can expect a little bit of delay. All right. And let me see just one more road. Let me hop on over to Shedden Road. Well, Shedden Road and Edward Street not experiencing much traffic at this time. All right, that is it for your traffic update. It is 8:17 right here on Radio Cayman. This is the 89.9, and in just a few, we're going to be rejoining Mr. OC inside For the Record. All right, so let's jump on over to Mr. OC at this time as he continues with For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio, so the phone lines are open. And of course, Miss Basilia Cuff will take your calls. Toll-free number 1-800-534-8255. Also 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. I do believe we have a caller. We will take that caller in a second. We have a few birthday shout-outs that we want to share as well. So happy birthday greetings going out to Miss Arita Wright. Miss Arita Wright. And birthday greetings are coming from her brother, Mr. Lennox Moxham, and his wife, Rosemary Moxham. Of course, they're in the BRAC, over there. They own and run the bakery in the BRAC as well. So Miss Arita Wright, happy birthday greetings coming from your brother, Lennox Moxham, and his wife, Rosemary Moxham as well. We also have birthday greetings going out to Nicolette Terry, who is 14 years of age today, and greetings are coming from your father, David, mother, Gina, Aunt Hannah, and all the rest of the family as well. Also, birthday shout out to Steve Sims, who celebrated his who's celebrating his birthday today. Birthday wishes are coming from his children and the rest of the family. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, not as good as plenty other people, but I'm thankful.
Yeah. Any day above ground is something to be thankful for.
Yes, sir. Mr. O.C., I've been observing the way that a lot of our people have been influenced. All the influences that are imported and channeled through the internet and all this kind of thing, TV and all the nastiness that they got on the TV and on the internet, and I'm realizing, I've been watching, kind of observing that these things, a lot of these things, is causing a lot of our people to be followers of this nastiness. And what else now? What the overall plan is now? That's what I'm wondering. They say try this, try that, try this, try that, influencing the people, and then when your society ruined and half of your people going to jail, and half of them is living in this horrible kind of way because of some of this nastiness that you see on the TV and on this internet. I don't even want nothing to do with a computer. Because what I see on it is no good. You can be living such a wonderful life, Mr. O.C., without all the nasty influences of the world. And I'm saying, where is this leadership coming from? And what is the overall plan? Are they planning to influence people to bow down to false idols, like in the years gone by, according to the Bible, bow down to the idol and praise false god, and everything is just sex. I don't know why people don't relax themselves and try to behave themselves and stop and stop acting that kind of way. I mean, everybody's all just the people charge up, and trying to bring influences to Cayman. Everything they want to bring to Cayman. Every bit of nastiness. And when you check it out, when you check it out, the people will be conquered so fast because of getting involved with talk. Well, let's go to this party and let's go to that party. When you know all the nastiness that take place there, you regret that you went there.
And it's only when it is introduced and we actually accept it, go along with it, and imitate it. That's where the danger lies.
Mr. O.C., you know what I believe? I do not have three eyes, Mr. O.C. I don't have an eye on my forehead. I got two eyes. But you know what I believe? I believe, Mr. O.C., that in time to come, there's going to be a big influence Caymanians, trying to influence our people to bow down to false idols, false God, and to worship sex God. That's what I believe.
Okay.
I believe so. Worshiping the God of sex and nastiness and scum and grime. That's what I think. I can't bother be influenced by people, Mr. O.C. I believe in being a leader, not a follower of nastiness and scum.
Okay. Yeah, you're repeating yourself, though. You're saying the same thing over and over.
Yes, sir. I think people.
I'm not sure if you're doing that for emphasis or what.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. That's what we need to. We need to be leaders in this country and stop following everything, every little thing that they say is a trend. Oh, this is trending. Oh, that's trending. And the next thing is trending. They soon start wearing horns like the devil now and telling people that that's a new style and that's what they must do. And then they take them to the next level. And next thing you know, they're drinking blood. And bowing down to false God.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why some people so easily influenced. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And we can't afford it, Mr. O.C., because we're a small group. We're a small group of people. We can't afford to be influenced by every little thing that you see on TV and every little thing that you see on the computer. We can't afford that, sir. You know? Hello? Hello?
Yes, caller. Yeah. I was saying that we simply have to do our part on a personal level and make sure that as individuals, we don't fall prey to it. And I guess we encourage the government, whatever they can do in terms of legislating. One of the things that you can't do, though, you cannot legislate morality. You cannot legislate morality.
I know they have certain religions that are really strict, Mr. O.C., and some of them cover themselves really well. And that sort of stuff, and don't show their body and all that. I kind of believe in that way of life more. In my opinion, I think that is a far more decent way.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of this what is it leading to? That's what I'm wondering. And then people, some of them want to harass you. You got some of these people want to harass you, and bring their nasty ways around you and stuff like that. So it really seems certain things seem to be getting out of control in Cayman, and it got to be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It got to be stopped. There's too much nastiness.
Okay, caller, I think you've gotten your point across. Thank you very much, for that as well. Let's see if we have any other messages here that we want to relay. So this person says that they believe that a housekeeper should have a higher paying job, or I guess the same if we were to reword that they should be paid much higher than they're being paid. They say that a housekeeper is a doctor in some cases, a nurse, a gardener, a teacher, and lots more. Why don't people have a heart? Well, I think what is extremely important, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with you if you're being employed by someone as a housekeeper, as a domestic helper, or whatever, to have placed in writing what your duties, your responsibilities will be, what your salary will be, how many days per week you are to be working, when your pay should be coming to you. Nothing wrong with you having those things in writing. That will protect you. And if you have an employer who says, well, you want to work for me, I'm not making an agreement with you, then you may not want to be with that employer, because if that employer, there's something suspect when that employer says that they don't want to put anything in writing for you. But one way to protect your rights, to ensure that your rights are observed, is to have some sort of a written agreement as well. We have a caller on hold, but we have to take a commercial break, so please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
It's all about Immerse Summer Camp 2025. Calling all adventurers ages 10 to 14. Join us for a week of hands-on fun, field trips, and expert-led sessions inspired by the museum's exhibits. Choose week 1, July 21 to 25, or week 2, July 28 to August 1, with camp running daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Just $200 a week with limited spots available. Explore, discover, and create this summer. Visit museum.ky/immerse for more information.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
We are in the hurricane season, and knowing what to do after a hurricane can be as important as preparing for the storm. After the passage of a hurricane, seek medical attention if it is needed at hospitals and clinics for those persons who are injured. Do not touch power lines and cables that are down. They may be active. Report them to 911 or the utilities emergency hotlines. Broken tree limbs should be removed from around homes or buildings if possible. This hurricane information has been brought to you by Breeze FM and Radio Cayman.
This is For the Record.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're going straight to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Okay, that caller is gone. So I have a few WhatsApp messages here that I'm going to share. This one I said that I would speak to it shortly. So the listener inquired and said that now that the minimum wage has gone up, of course it will be effective the 1st of January 2026. Will the pensioners get anything more on what they are getting? Thank you. And my reply to that listener is that any increase to pensioners would not necessarily be triggered by a minimum wage increase. That has to do with wages and nothing else. Normally, you would see pensioners increase when there's a cost of living increase, and as a result of that cost of living increase, the government then increases by a certain percentage what pensioners will get. Then the person asks, how can a pensioner live on $1,500 per month with all the costs of living? What we have to bear in mind is that, number one, there are pensioners who are receiving a pension or pensions that have been earned based on their years of service, based on their contributions as well as their employers' contributions. There are persons who are getting a pension, like, for instance, the seafarers, the seaman's pension, where it wasn't something that was built up, that was established and funds were put into over the years. There are rumors in Cayman that when national bulk carriers was basically ending their or curtailing their business, that $1 million had been given to the government of the Cayman Islands. I'm not sure whether or not that has been verified. We know also that if you were a seaman, that a small percentage of your salary went each month to the, there was a union called, I think it was National Seamen's Union. I stand to be corrected. Someone can tell me exactly what the union was called. They had an office. Office at one point in time was located in the old Selkirk building where the North Terminal is located now at the Royal Watler area. And eventually that establishment just disappeared. I'm not sure whether or not they ran out of money. I'm not sure whether or not they at any point in time dispersed any funds to seamen who were retired at the point in time as well. So what the government is given now, the government is given simply because they realize the challenges that people are having. But no fund was established for that purpose, so it has to be put as part, in part of the budget each year. Now, those persons who have established pension funds, like the government pension, and of course there are two parts of the government pension. You have the old system based on a defined benefits, and you have a new system based on defined contributions. The defined contributions has to do with what you put in. That will determine what you're likely to get later on. But pensions are designed to help you through your retirement years. The intention is for that pension to supplement other sources of income. For instance, savings. Those persons who have had the ability to save, and as a result, they have savings that they can dip into, and the pensions that they have, the combination of both, or some may have investments. The combination of all those things help them in terms of their ability to live. Unfortunately, many people in the Cayman Islands do not find themselves in that position. And as a result of that, the government has had to step forward to assist in this process. But we cannot expect the government to do everything, right? We can't expect the government, I'm repeating myself now, can't expect the government to do everything for us. They're trying to help along the way. There is no legal obligation in some instances, but the moral obligation is there, and the government is attempting to live up to that moral obligation as well. But if you have family members who are in a better financial position than you are, they should have the ability to help as well. So when I understand when you say you can't live on $1,500 a month, but it is hoped that there are other sources of income that will help you, along as well. Don't forget now that it was only in the early 1990s that the pension scheme was actually established in the Cayman Islands. Before that, what the law basically said was that if you worked for government and you completed a certain period of time in government, that your pension that you would acquire from that was the first call on government funds, first call on government revenue and government funds. Of course, with foresight of government officials, including very astute civil servants, the need to establish a pension scheme was recognized, and that was taken into account. So we have a pension fund for government employees at this point in time, including those who work for statutory authorities and government companies, as well. Private sector-wise, if you worked for one of those legacy companies, I won't call names, but legacy Caymanian companies, you probably never got a pension. You probably never even received a gold watch after you retired from those companies, just an acknowledgement and nothing else. So now we have pension fund in the private sector, which people complain about, and there's some form of annuity, as well, because it's limited in terms of what you get on an annual basis and how long you will get that as well. So, but my main point is that you're not expected to live off what government is giving you in terms of if it's $1,500 or more. Government has so many obligations that they're trying to help out. But in many cases, it is not a legal obligation. It is more of a moral rather than a legal obligation as well. With that, we're going to go to the phone lines. We're going to our landline. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
You're another person that seems to have all of this wonderful energy in the morning. I was just telling the lady who answered the phone, I said, I don't know how you do it. You can sound so bright and chirpy so early.
Thank
Anyway,
you, thank you.
yours is probably something to do with getting up at 4 o'clock and riding.
Yes. It helps.
Anyway, you were, a few minutes ago, you were making reference to the union that we had back here. As far as I recall, it was called the Global Seamen's Union.
That's correct. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, Global. And the late Mr. Isaac Tatum was manager there, assisted ably by Mrs. Watler. Now, I don't know Mrs. Watler's first name, but Bordentown, their lady, Mrs. Watler.
Yes.
Now, I presume that their purpose was to look out for the seamen and try to negotiate for the best rates, etc. I've never been quite sure what their position was, but hopefully it was as a labor union to try to get the best for our seamen. Now, that brings me to two things. The first of which, last night should have been the launch of the Seafarers Register in the BRAC, similar to what we did here a few weeks ago. So I'm just wondering or hoping that went really well. I would think so, considering how many seamen we still have, maybe not actively going to sea, but thank God we still have many in the BRAC alive and in fairly good health. So I hadn't gotten any feedback from that, but I'm thinking it would have been a glorious affair, just like we had over here some weeks ago. The main thing, though, because you touched on unions, and this is something that I feel very strongly about. As a matter of fact, my HR thesis, when I was doing my master's, was on the absence of workers' voice in the Cayman Islands, and they said that has on so many things, you know?
Like, I'd love to, if you could share that with me one of these days. I'd love to read it.
Absence of workers' voice, because while we think there are no unions in Cayman, that is far from true. The only people who don't have a union or have organized representation is the workers.
Yes.
Yeah, because the businesses, do they have a union? One of the most organized, well-oiled pieces of machinery you could find anywhere, and it's called the Chamber of Commerce, Cayman Islands. The workers are represented. For the most part, I think civil servants are represented through the CICSA, and I would say ably so. I mean, I know under Mr. James Watler, there have been many things that have come up, and they have been successfully challenged because of a union. Our people seem to think that unions are bad things. Well, anything can be a bad thing if you abuse it. But what could be so bad about an organization that is looking out for the rights of the working man? I can't figure that out. What could be so bad? And as we know, in not only in our region, but in many parts of the world, political parties are born out of the unions. Generally, your labor parties come out of workers' unions. So all I'm saying here today is hopefully we might sort of raise that discussion again. We know there have been some instances where it's been tried and successfully defeated by the very same unions that we should be able to stand up against, namely the Chamber of Commerce, Cayman Islands, because we would be considered the enemy of. If you have somebody looking out for the workers while they're looking out for the employers, we would be considered the enemies of. But if ever there's a need, and there's a dire need, if we'd had a workers' union, you think it would have taken this long to get a change to the minimum wage? Absolutely not. That's what our union would have been out there lobbying for, and it would have come through a long time ago.
Yes.
But having said that, I am so grateful to our current Minister of, listen to this one, Caymanian employment. Oh, I say it over and over and over. It is musical. Our Minister of Caymanian Employment, who has finally moved that forward, because we do have Caymanians who are working at minimum wage. And one of the most sickening things that I heard in recent times, our minimum wage was below the established level that is considered the level of poverty. Poverty level was based at $6.44 per hour, while our minimum wage was $6.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that people earning less than $6.44 per hour were living in what was called the poverty range. Yet we could legally pay people below the poverty level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shameful. Absolutely
yes,
shameful.
it is.
Shameful. But thank the Lord for Minister Miles and for this entire government, who I fully believe for the first time in about 40 years, we have a government that's doing stuff. They are delivering on what they promised. And that is way more than a breath of fresh air. That's like a whole hurricane of fresh air.
Mm-hmm. And the environment is ripe for it, because we are now in a booming economy where, money is being made. This is the time now to do it.
That's right.
Yep.
We're in a booming economy
Yep.
where our people are not getting their fair share.
Yep.
What a time to do it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Mr. Connor, you have a wonderful day, and keep on being bright and chirpy in the morning. Maybe it'll rub off. And
Thank you.
after my third cup of coffee, I might start feeling like that.
Thank you very much. It comes natural. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We have a few callers on hold, but I believe we have to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Coca-Cola is available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Just to mention to those persons calling on the WhatsApp number, if you're trying to call through and it continues to ring, that means that someone is already on the line. So I would say hang up and try it again. Very quickly before we go to the callers, one person said, "Good morning, OC. The company I worked for in the private sector was so good that even before the Cayman pensions law was put in place, our company had a defined benefit pension plan for its employees." That is good. That is good to know as well. Then the other another person pointed out to me, and I'm extremely thankful for this. Just like our previous caller said as well, it was called the Global Seamen's Union. The government, and they point out that the government is given an ex gratia payment or award to seafarers, not a pension. So it's not a pension, it's an ex gratia award, and they increase it when there's no schedule increases, for it, I guess, when funds are available and when they see the need for increases as well. But if anyone knows anything about the rumored $1 million that the Daniel P. Ludwig gave to the Cayman Islands when their company was winding up, we'd love to hear about that. Let's go to the phone lines. Is it the landline first? Landline caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C., and good morning, Ms. Basilia, and to all our listeners.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Your previous caller there, Ms. Lorna, was inquiring about last night was the Seafarers.
Mm-hmm.
The launching of the Seafarers Register. I was one of the first people there, and I was one of the last ones left. We had a very good gathering. I would say about 75 seamen and their wives and relatives were there, and certainly a great welcome to our premier was there as well, and also Mr. Rankin, and also Miss Heather. We had three of our ministers and premier, two of ministers and premier was there, and things went very well. It was very interesting to see. The photos were shown of Caymanian seamen, many from Grand Cayman that were seamen on their log of discharge from their ships. Very interesting. Had from alphabetical order from A to a Z, and showing the names and a write-up about them and what their title was. That was all shown afterwards. So that was a very educational thing about our seafaring heritage. And also today there are persons going to be there at the Veterans and Seamen Center, where family members, any of you on Cayman Brac wants to go in and give details of any of your seafaring family, you can do that today at the Veterans and Seamen Center.
Mm-hmm.
The registry, the introduction of the registry for the first time in history in Cayman Brac on yesterday. That means giving a record, names and a record of what the seaman done, what his rating was, and age and all that details, when he started out, how old, and when he signed off from the ship and all that kind of thing. So anyone on Cayman Brac, I repeat again, go to the Seaman Center today, and you can have your family member included into this registry, which would be a very nice thing. And I was so delighted to be in the company of Mr. Denniston and Mr. John Douglas and Miss Anthea from the Seafarers Association.
Mm-hmm.
Took them on a tour all through the island when Mr. Denniston is still here, but the others have left and went back to Grand Cayman. They had a very exciting time. Took them on a tour and showed them around Cayman Brac. And Mr. John Douglas, I was saying to him, Mr. John, me and you holds the title for the only seafarers in the Cayman Islands that had the longest conversations on the VHF when he was on the David P. Reynolds, trading from Discovery Bay, Jamaica, carrying bauxite to Corpus Christi. We would be on there sometime half an hour up to 45 minutes just talking about the things happening in the Cayman Islands. And he was a mate on the David P. Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
And he would say, Mr. John would come on. He said, hey, Scotty, you got your ears on. I said, yes, sir, loud and clear. That was quite interesting story.
Sounds good. So good to know, good to hear that the celebrations in the Brac went well and are ongoing as well. I want to encourage everyone there to participate, get that information on the Seafarers Register as well. Mr. Raymond, thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to try to grab another caller before we go to our headline news. What's up, caller? Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Orrett Connor.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Okay, and you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Well, speaking about pension, just say if a person retires with $100,000 in their pension, which the majority of the Caymanians will not have when they retire, and they spend $2,000 a month because the cost of living is going up. So the cost of living is only going to get worse because it seems as though the politicians, they can take care of the cost of living when they're having their political campaigns. But after they get in, they act like they can't do a thing about it. But if a person retires with $100,000 and they spend $2,000 a month, in 4 years, that $100,000 is finished. So these people are going to end up falling back on the government. I heard The Economist on the radio yesterday with Michael Miles and Lemuel Hurlston concerning the minimum wage. And this economist was speaking about why the cost of living is so high. But I never heard this man mentioning any solutions. And the way that he was talking, it was as if he has the last word in this situation when it comes to the cost of living. This is why people vote for people.
Let me just intervene there for a second and say that the director of the Economics and Statistics Office is not a policymaker. He's a civil servant. He just carries out the policy. But what the Economics and Statistics Office does is that they do analytic work. They do surveys and the analysis. So at the end of the day, they will give you the results of that, but he doesn't make any decisions in relation to anything else. Just need to make that clear.
Okay, well, that's where the politicians come in, Mr. Orrett Connor.
Yeah, policymakers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that is why people vote for politicians to go in there and have the power to make changes that the cost of living doesn't continue to go up. Because if the cost of living continues to go up, the future for our young people is practically hopeless.
Well, another. Sorry to interrupt you again, but another solution to that: if you can't do anything about the cost of living going up, then you do something about the policies that will help persons to keep up with the cost of living as it rises, that their income rises or something like that. If they can't control the cost of living, then try to keep up with it.
It's not that they can't control the cost of living. They have the power to control the cost of living, politicians. Mm-hmm. That's why they are members of the Legislative Assembly to make laws. They cannot continue to make companies in the Cayman Islands do as they please and raise their rates as they please and raising the cost of living. They can't continue to allow people to do that. And then when it comes to this pension thing, the only people that really are going to profit off of that are foreigners like Filipinos and Jamaicans. Because $100,000, when they go back home with $100,000, they're good as gold. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. We reached that time, top of the hour, headline news. When we return, the conversation will continue. If you are calling in, just hang in there. We will take your call. If not, we have lots to share with you. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
It is the end of an era. As of the end of June, the Cayman Islands government will no longer print the gazettes. According to a short notice on the gazettes.gov.ky website, printed copies will still be available for purchase through Quick Images. The Cayman Gazette is the official publication of the Cayman Islands government and provides the public with access to information about upcoming legislation and other matters. In international headlines, fighters with a Kurdish separatist militant group that has waged a decades-long insurgency in Turkey began laying down their weapons in a symbolic ceremony today in northern Iraq, the first concrete step toward promised disarmament as part of a peace process. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, or the PKK, announced in May it would disband and renounce armed conflict, ending 4 decades of hostilities. Ford is recalling more than $850,000 of its cars across the U.S. because the low-pressure fuel pump inside the vehicles may fail, potentially causing an engine stall while driving, increasing the risk of a crash. The recall covers a wide range of Ford and Lincoln brand vehicles made in recent years. That includes specific Ford Broncos, Explorers, and F-150s, as well as Lincoln Aviators and Navigators. This is according to documents published this week by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Where are we with calls, Miss B? Okay, while we take in another caller, this person has written, with regard to the recent update concerning the amendment to the Public Service Pension Board Regulations 2025 regarding application for the ex gratia pension benefit scheme for those persons who applied. Do you have any idea how soon they can expect to receive a response from the board, as there was no indication of time frame for response from the board? And I will determine to get some information on that for you and share that with you as soon as that information is available. I want to thank that listener for writing that in. And like I said, I give my assurance that I will inquire about it for you as well. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, OC. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am very thankful. I'm quite sure I'll see you later on today. Mr. Miles is a brilliant guy. I've met him sometime and we talked many times. And I have learned in life that people see things that is past what we're seeing. So sometimes people might see something that we mightn't agree with, and 2 years later we say, man, this guy had some insight. So saying that, I will say that the minimum wages, what I'm seeing in my little mind, that, and Mr. Miles might be seeing a way bigger picture. Anytime minimum wages go up, cost of living go up. So you find that even with minimum wages going up and cost of living going up, I think it's going to be back to the same thing, because if I'm paying $2 for milk now, and my minimum wages per hour is going up 20 cents, and the milk has gone up 20 cents, then we're really back to the same thing. However, I must say again, Mr. Miles may be seeing a way bigger picture that we're not seeing because Mr. Miles.
So how do we address it then? How do you get people to be able to earn more without the costs going up? And there it doesn't necessarily have to mean that the costs will go up as well, because what we have to bear in mind is that there are some companies now that are already paying above the $8.75 that is being proposed, and that will be accepted.
And so just kind of calling to give my little input that maybe people can look at it from a different perspective. Maybe it mightn't go up as high, but you can rest assured that anyone that we're paying a helper, which is unfair, $6 an hour, and have a business, and they're now paying them $8.75, you can rest assured their goods are going up. And $6 an hour as a Christian company is very, very unfair. So let me start with that. I think Mr. Myers is very, very good when he said it was unfair. However, when I was a little boy, driver's license went from $15 one year, it was for 3 years, to $75. And I don't think I know what I was saying, but I said, Cayman is on the wrong track when it comes to a cost of living. Back in the 80s, and we're experiencing that. What happened to us, because we don't grow in increments, we jump from 1 to 50, and we don't grow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think that is what we're suffering with. That also caused problems with the Caymanians, because building so fast, we couldn't produce babies fast to keep up with what was happening. We had to bring in so much labor. So again, I take off my hat to Mr. Miles. I'm in no way saying what he's doing is wrong. I really respect him and what he's doing, but I'm just giving my input that cost of living may not go up for all businesses, but you can rest assured it's going to go up. But the minimum wage is needed to go up, so I respect him for that.
Okay, caller, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Do we have a WhatsApp caller on hold? Someone was appeared to be getting through. Okay, I'm going to share this one with you. Been sitting on this one for a while. So this person has written and said, just to mention that while a decision to not move forward with the cruise facilities has been made, it's important to consider that as imports increase, the facilities at the cargo port have not increased. For the last 25 years, while the cruise discussion had been going on the cargo facility has not increased either. So discussions on the cargo facility has not gone anywhere. Cargo was supposed to be increased along with the cruise facility. They go on to point out that 8 to 10% growth per year equates to a 100% increase in 10 years. Will the location and facilities be expected to handle a 100% increase in cargo? While the cruise numbers have seen decline, cargo continues to increase. The guys there do an amazing job and don't get the appreciation that they deserve. So I want to thank that listener for sharing that with me as well. We're going to go to the WhatsApp caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Okay. Got one here, but that's on the same thing. Okay, WhatsApp caller's back. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record, caller.
Yeah, OC, morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. OC, couple of things that your show this morning is interesting. You know, when I left here and went over to New York to work, I was working with, I can't remember the guy, Allenby from Kim Brack and some other ones. I was doing refurbishing the basements and stuff, and stuff. So I was down in Queens with my late brother, Hal Sin. You're talking about unions. When I went there one time with the crowd of us, because, coming from Cayman, we was versatile. We done everything, when we talk about construction and building, I could lay blocks, I could plaster, I could do carpenter work, I could do tiling. This, it doesn't work that way with a union. When first thing they ask you, what you want to do? For instance, I say, well, I want to put in windows and I can hang doors. They say, it don't work that way like here. You either got to specify one job that you want to do because there's another person that do doors. So he specifically deals with doors. This other person specifically deal with windows and stuff like that. So in that way with a union, everybody gets their fair share. Mm-hmm. What happened here in Cayman, when you go on a job here, when it, block lane, or you can go and do plastering, when you can, plastering, or you can go and do carpenter work, but it doesn't work here. And I remember some years ago when Dr. Frank tried to bring in a union into the Cayman Islands. I mean, they throwed him up. They throwed him under the bus, and I mean, also because you lived over there a long time. You lived over there way longer than me. The unions is equal, and that is what Cayman needs as well, to regulate that everybody could get work in different areas. But that is the problem there in Cayman. When it but you see you live here now, so you see the situation. When you hire somebody here on a job, they're doing everything, and the other man can't get nothing to do. So I think that the government's past and the present government should look into that, because that way it would help everybody on the island, those that don't have work and willing to work, that can't get a job because these other people is doing everything. So, I mean, that's my take of it. I don't know what you have to say about it, but that's my take on it,
Okay. Yep.
And about the seafarers, very briefly about the seafarers. I'll see your daddy, and I think you went to sea sometime shortly too, right?
9 months only, in 1968.
Yeah, okay. And what happened? The seafarers built this island. I remember when Miss Frances Borden and Miss Sunbeam and all of those, and Miss Gwen Bush and all those, the seamen at the Cayman Island need to be respected for what they done. We built this island from the islands that time forgot and put right now on the financial world. The seamen, and not much of what's left neither, because real quickly, and there's no more ships that the younger ones could go on and learn, because let me tell you something, they were disciplined. They should still have that today. Some sort of way that they could go out to sea for at least 9 months to really see how sea life is, and to get discipline and to enjoy God's creation of that ocean. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes, I remember one time we were going, it was Christmas time too, we were going somewhere up into, you're taking phosphate up into Belladone. somewhere out in Canada. And I remember Mr. Ferdinand Seymour, he had cooked or baked a Christmas cake. And he was saying to us, he said, all of these days we didn't see no land at all, only sea. He's saying that is something that many of us need to appreciate, the ocean. When you wake up in the morning, all you see is ocean all around you. 5, 6, and 7, 8 days. Some days it calm, some days it rough. And the men from the Cayman Islands went through that most of their life. That's what we built this island on. So when people coming in here saying the investors, they didn't build this up. You know that yourself, O.C. You grew up here. They didn't build this up. The seamen built this up. So I think the seamen need to be recognized more. So that is my 2 cents.
Thank you.
This morning.
Thank you very much. Caller, we're going to a commercial break. Any callers on the line, please hang in there. We will take your call as soon as we return. Please stay tuned.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're going straight to the phone lines. Line caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller.
I think that the question about the union in Cayman Islands is skewed a little bit to the negative, because if you look back over the many years, and you look at the National Maritime Union, which is one of the biggest seafarer unions in the world, and also the SIU, you'd find that many Caymanians were members of both of those unions in the seafaring tradition.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that over the years there's been a little reluctance to consider the unionization of workers as a benefit, but I think when you look back over the total record, you'll see that Caymanians were always, they were members of unions. In fact, many of them stood on the picket lines in New York City and I guess Houston and some of the other big ports, defending the rights of the union to be negotiators with the private sector for benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the whole question is skewed a little bit to the negative because I guess locally it may be balanced, but the overall the subject of Cayman and unions, Cayman has always been members of many unions over the years.
So true. Yes. But and what about you had Caymanian seamen who would have participated in the Global Seamen Union's whatever contribute. I think it was like $1, $2 per month or whatever. And then they may have transitioned then to sail on U.S. ships where, like you said, you have more robust and active unions. And I know people who benefited immensely and continue to benefit immensely from their union pensions in the United States as seamen.
Lots of people here, relatively speaking. I think that receiving the NMU pension and SIU pension, which you very seldom hear any of that sort of narrative mentioned in with the whole aspect of seafaring.
Yep.
But it's a big part of the seafaring tradition of Cayman because the Caymanians that sailed with NMU and SIU, mostly they were all coastwise, so they didn't really participate in what you could call the established, the monthly thing that came out every month because they were getting paid every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went in the port, they went into the closest U.S. post office and bought a U.S. postal money order and sent it home, which was like cash, actually, back in the old days. I guess it still is. So anyway, that's just a little piece on Cayman union postures.
Yep. Thank you very much, caller. Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
What's it?
Yep.
Yeah. Our good friend there, George Gillette.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should write a book, man. He's a storyteller, man. Huh?
Yes. He has a lot of stories, lot of life experiences. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking quickly on the union, we had a gentleman from East End, Mr. Stanton Jackson, who was like a real big shot in the union. I think that had to do with something with the shoremen on the dock, in New York. He was like,
and he had a son. He had a son who followed in his footsteps as well.
Yeah, Albert.
Yes,
Albert Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah. They were like big shots with the union up there. Yeah. And touching quickly, OC, on the minimum wage. OC, for us being, one of the most expensive place in the world, what they said it's the second most expensive place to live. And then we're still stuck on the $6 an hour, and people find it difficult now or opposing raising the minimum wage. I see where there are places in the United States where minimum wage is up to like $20, $18, $15 in most states, and we who say we are such a sophisticated society and brag about being the second most expensive place in the world, and we still stuck on $6 an hour. So how we gonna be the most expensive place in the world? We'll see if the people not be able to live here, or
yep.
if you're it should match the cost of living.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why people are so hell bent into raising the minimum wage now when it's been that way for so long. But I guess, like a friend told me a couple of days ago, it still seems that it's the merchant class that it wants to run and chamber of commerce that wants to control and run the country, not the government.
Yeah.
So I hope now that this government don't bend to those people, because like I said before, lots of those entities now do not control no block vote. They have replaced Cayman block vote that they had with $6 an hour work permit holders. So we don't have to be afraid of them not much no longer. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just called to put in that
Okay.
piece.
Thanks for sharing that as well. Yesterday, when listening to the minister as well as the two members of the minimum wage committee, the chair, Mr. Lemuel Hurlston, and Mr. Adolphus Laidlaw, who is the director of the Economics and Statistics Office here in the Cayman Islands, they mentioned that there were two dissenting opinions because there was not a unanimous decision in relation to the recommendations, and there were two dissenting opinions. One by the Cayman Islands Tourism Association and another by the Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to try to share as much of those that I can with you, but without having the benefit of time to share everything. Here is what the minority report from the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, their conclusions. They say, in conclusion, there isn't an industry without bad business operators. However, our industry has been unfairly targeted. This is the Tourism Association. If a business is collecting gratuities and does not have an approved gratuity scheme, that is an enforcement issue and should be dealt with that way. Well, there are other ways to deal with things rather than enforcing, because the enforcement ability comes from the law. So if you amend the law, that is one way of addressing it also, rather than enforcement. So, as far as the Tourism Association is concerned, I think that is an out that they tried there, but that doesn't really hold a whole lot of water. They also go on to point that if there is a business that is paying less than the minimum wage but not collecting gratuities, that too is an enforcement issue. So everything is an enforcement issue, as far as they're concerned, with that. No, I don't necessarily agree that enforcement is the way forward, with it. That does not address the need for the minimum wage to be increased in the first place. They go on to say that a few bad business operators should not be able to so adversely impact an entire industry. There are countless examples of good businesses treating their staff fairly, paying them well, and collecting and distributing significant gratuities. And if those businesses are doing that, and if what the employees are getting exceeds the $8.75, then they're not affected by this. They're not hurting the good businesses. It's the bad operators that they're hurting. And of course, their argument is that it should be dealt with through enforcement. We do have a caller going to the commercial break. When we return, we will take the caller. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget, our Custom Closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Caller on hold. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Just making some comments on what the people were talking about, the minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
If it remains at $6 an hour, does that keep the cost of living from going up?
If they were to keep it at that, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Thank you very much. Prices are going to go up. Whether you have it at $3, $6, they're still going to increase the prices. So my take on this is that a little raise for the ordinary person that is working with the 10 fingers, $8.75, $8.50, whatever it is. I mean, it's a move in the right direction. What people are expecting that people are going to live off a breeze? If you really look diligently into this island, it's nothing less, in my opinion, than modern day slavery.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, it's a move in the right direction. It's time that they consider the poor people that what they earn is with their 10 fingers. The business people that are in business that has millions of dollars, they don't have 10 fingers working. They maybe have 100 employees, maybe 250 employees. If each one of those people brings in $20 a day profit, look at what they're gaining. So all of these economic gurus that think that they know it all, they better think again, because that is a move in the right direction. If I got to say anything, it should have been a little more. People in this island, a lot of people are hurting, but they so, especially from foreign countries, they just take what is offered to them. They say, well, it's better than nothing. Absolutely better than nothing, because Cayman needs a lot of regulations into the wages they're paying people, and they need to have somebody. I think Mr. Miles would be the guy to do a good job and make sure that you have equal pay for what the old people would say, honest days pay for honest days work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So another thing about the seaman, I want to speak something on that. You know, like Mr. George said, the seaman needs to be recognized more And while it's dwindling the quantity of seamen that's left, I don't see that they are recognized like how they should be. They have the seafarers were named, but how about a day that you can remember the seamen, a holiday that you can highlight what seamen's in the Cayman Islands about?
Mm-hmm.
That can bring back more like Mr. Stafford and Mr. Halley Ebanks, that when they were going to see Ford, Mr. Halley, he was one of the main people that gave £400 in those days to get that airport started. You don't hear anything about that. These are the things that people need to know about the foundation of this island, who did it, and when it was done by Caymanians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So another day, you and I will have a better chat when it's a little bit more convenient for both of us.
Thank you very much, caller. Any callers on hold? No callers on hold. Let's check the WhatsApp messages to see what we have. This person wants to know why some of these people are so much against Jamaican and Filipinos. Other nationalities are here. Why always crying down these people, as well? Good point. Again, we want to be sensitive to each of the demographics in the Cayman Islands, but I would also say that, person to person, sometimes some of these bad actors do not do justice to their countries and to the people, the countries that they represent here in the Cayman Islands because of their bad actions. But that we should not paint everyone, with a broad brush. This person has written and said, "Good morning. In my opinion, Cayman has been doing very well without unions." Okay. Look at other countries with unions. They can hold a country to ransom. Look at what they're doing to Jamaica. Jamaica's government from time to time, I think they can destabilize a country. What do you think? Thank you. Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at, and the majority of the workforce in the Cayman Islands, I believe, based on the statistics, Caymanians are not the majority in the workforce in the Cayman Islands. So then it means that the majority of the workforce, their ability to organize themselves into a labor union may be a little bit more difficult, maybe a little bit more complicated, for that to happen, as well. But there are good things about unions, and yes, there are bad things as well. But it helps when you don't have to go out there and negotiate your salary, on a one-to-one basis, and you have an organization that has the ability to collectively negotiate for everyone. That is extremely important as well. Let's read another one. This person says, "Good morning. There are employers who fill out immigration forms and say the employee will get 8 hours to work for $7 per hour, but after permit approval, they cut hours to $6 per day. How does a person survive on $650 per month?" Those persons, they have to come forward. If they can't survive, should they stay here and suffer as a result of that, or should they come forward and then go to the authorities, report their employers? Because you would have heard also the minister point out that they keep a track and they keep a list of bad employers, bad actors, in as far as companies are concerned, and that may limit or restrict the person's ability to get work permits, or they can put something in legislation that says if you abuse your employee, if you shortchange your employee in terms of their salary, that your ability to get work permits could be hampered as well. One other person says, good morning, OC. The question about Jamaicans and Filipinos, it is because they are mostly the ones that put us Caymanians down and do not like us, most of them. So that's that person's opinion on that. I would prefer to stay away from the nationality discussion because, in many instances, what we're starting to do is we this level of argument, you see it at one level, you don't see it at the other levels as well. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to pit one nationality against the other because it only happens at a specific level that you see that taking place as well. We do have a caller. We can take that caller before we go to a commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. No, I'm a man. I preached this for a long time. And it happened to me personally, you see?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that the certain foreigners, all the don't want to, I had to do too much with Egyptian or something like that, but Americans, Jamaicans, Filipinos, Cubans, Honduran, Nicaraguans, name it. I work with all different kind of people because I entertain and I own a business and all that for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the biggest problems that the Caymanian have when it comes to disrespect and foreigners disrespecting the Caymanian is because the old saying, when you come to Rome, you do as the Romans do. So they see the Caymanians disrespecting each other. Oh, see, you know what hurts me when I hear my own people don't care what you bring up. Don't worry. Oh, see, no good. He parted with this and who talk about you. How them people gonna know about us if we don't do it ourselves?
True.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you call self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. Now, that being said, see, I run a construction business, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I closed down my business 15 years ago. And 15 years ago, I was paying my Jamaican foreman bigger, Devon Lynch. I was paying him 18 CI dollars per hour, yeah? And if he went over 45 hours, he got his time and a half. Straight by the book of the law, right?
Mm-hmm.
My laborers were making $10 an hour. Because the money is in the construction. It's just certain people want, when you buy the milk, they want the cream off the butter.
Yes.
And leave the wawa for the poor man out the whatnot. Right? And that's plain and simple. And also, you wouldn't believe this. When I had about 9 months work left to do, and I told my guy, something, fellas, I shut down and got on the server and see everything going on. Somebody coming off of my phone and I paying $18, $12.50 an hour. No, you understand? And look at now, listen to me now. You wouldn't believe who it was. It was a starter's holder from his same country that I just started a construction business. You see that? Did you see what's going on in Ireland? Right? Me as a Caymanian paying him $18. He own countryman now get a license, get started, want to pay him $12.50. That is one of the serious things we have in Ireland.
Yes.
And they are rogue business people. See, Mr. Miles is a blessing. I hope that the people realize it and work behind this man. We need enforcement on especially mainly in the construction industry and the hotel industry. They have to treat their workers right, whether they come from Jordan or from Japan or the born Caymanian. They are all human beings. and they're doing a job. Because I know the value of a good employee. Because when I had my guys, they had 17 crew working. Caymanian, Jamaican, Indian, and I could go to Miami 2 weeks for a vacation, and I didn't have to worry. My job was being done. Yeah?
Yep.
So I know the value of good employees.
Yep.
Right?
And you reward those employees, you know. Yep.
I didn't care what nationality was. If you do the thing. Oh, see, I had a woman, Peter, come to paint for me. And you know, workers can talk amongst each other. So she asked the other guy they were beating about the wages. So he told her what he was getting. So when the end of the week come that I paid her money, she looked at it and see that she was getting the same thing as him. She said, but I'm a woman and you pay me this. I say, you're a woman now. But when you got a paintbrush in your hand, you're a painter.
Painter, yes.
So I pay you as a painter.
Yep.
I'm not paying you because you're a woman.
Good example.
I pay you a painter.
Kudos to you. Kudos.
See, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to take our last commercial break. Callers on hold. We will return. Please stay tuned.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Almost finished with the show this morning. 11 minutes left to go in the show. Several callers still on hold, so let's get to those callers. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. I'm hearing some background talking. No one. Next caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning. Good morning.
I talked to you some time ago. We was in the town hall.
Yes.
You remember who that is? 3C?
Yes.
All right. I sent a letter in for you about 2 weeks ago.
I received it. Yes.
However, I was listening to Elvis talking just now. What he's saying true. I got in 50 odd years in these islands. Wishing you know that too. And in 1991, I was working the port, and this guy said he's gonna kill me. I go to Mr. Errol at the time. He said that were petty things. He said I must go to Paul. I called his name straight. He said I must go to Paul. Paul was on training to take over. However, I go to Paul, and it's only then that gets stink. I go to Clement Reed. He said he couldn't do nothing about it because he worked under Paul. And Paul said, don't have nothing to do with it. I go to Will. I go to Leonard, and all about the boss. Paul turned around, and him and my son got a little scribbling. That wasn't my problem on the job. It was an accident on Sound Road. Paul, when my son tell him who was driving the truck, he said, no, it wasn't that guy. Called in the name. He said it was Menzies. My son said no, that was Mark Fallen.
All right, caller, I'm not sure that we're going to have enough time to listen to the whole story, so I'm going to need you to get to the salient points on it, the main points for me, please. Like I said, I have your correspondence, and something, that I can deal with separately, yeah. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
All right.
Caller?
Yeah, I'll cut off.
No. I'm not saying for you to cut off. I'm saying to you, you want to abbreviate what you're telling us.
Yeah, and he turned around and take 24 years from me. That I done something wrong. That he judged me for. I did not.
And you're still you're still fighting to get those 24 years back.
That's right. I want my money. I work for it. You understand? I go to Ombudsman. And they tell me straight, big man in the system, say mustn't have nothing to do with me with it. I don't know who it is. And that is not fair. So, however, one of these days it will come out. You take care of yourself.
Okay. Call a question for you though. You went to the ombudsman, but have you sought any kind of advice from in the legal profession, like from a lawyer?
I go to a lot of lawyers. And the ombudsman tell me straight that somebody told them in the government, told them straight, don't have nothing to do with me with it.
But that's separate from a lawyer. Lawyer doesn't have to necessarily deal with the ombudsman.
Well, Franz Mandison, the acting governor, he had sent me to Brady.
Okay.
But I really didn't go to Brady.
I would encourage you to to go and see a lawyer. It may cost you something just for consultation, but a lawyer would be able to tell you whether or not you have a good case and whether or not they would be willing to take it out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. You too. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, man.
Let's grab the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Okay. We're going to close the phone lines off now because there are a few things that I want to share, as well as some WhatsApp messages. This person says, don't be surprised that the increase in wages results in a price increase. Companies set a return on assets and will adjust their prices to earn that return. So true. That is true. The government must place more emphasis on enforcement of the laws because humans will do whatever it takes to avoid following the law. Lastly, the Chamber of Commerce must be broken up. The first thing to happen is that they must cease being on SAGC boards, statutory authority and government company boards. So, but surprisingly, in the minority reports, the dissenting opinions, the Tourism Association speaks about enforcement. Chamber of Commerce, in my opinion, was a little bit more conciliatory in this. And here's what they wrote. And don't forget now that this was a report that didn't just come out last year or something. It was out before that. So it says the Chamber of Commerce is submitting this minority position and is requesting that it be incorporated in the final report. We have been informed by our representative on the committee that an increase in the minimum wage from $6 to $8.75 beginning in July of 2024. So this is going way back that this report was, submitted, right? So at that time, from $6 to $8.75 beginning in July of 2024 is being recommended, with a further increase to be implemented in July of 2025. This recommended increase exceeds what we had recommended to the committee during our presentation, which was based on consultations, surveys, and focus group discussions with our members. Our members, of which more than 400 are classified as small Caymanian-owned businesses, agree that an increase in the minimum wage is overdue. We didn't hear the Tourism Association saying that, but recommended, those are my words when I say that about the Tourism Association, but recommended a rate increase from $6 to between $7.50 and $8. They stated that increasing the rate beyond $8 will adversely impact them and may lead to staff and work hours reductions and price increases, causing a rise in the cost of goods and services in an economy that already is contending with a high cost of doing business and living. Well, when it comes to increases in prices, companies do that at their whim and fancy. They don't have to consult anyone. They don't consult the public. They don't consult you when you go to the grocery stores and say, we're thinking about increasing the price on detergents. What do you think about it? Do you agree with that? No, they do it at their whims and fancy. So, that doesn't, if you increase it, the minimum wage, no guarantee that, or if you leave the minimum wage as it is, there's no guarantee that prices still won't increase. They go on to say that furthermore, data from the Economics and Statistics Employers and Household Minimum Wage Survey confirm what our members are warning. When asked if the business would continue to keep all of its employees if the minimum wage was increased by $1, 77.6% of businesses that responded to the survey said they would keep all employees, but only 45.5% would retain all of their employees with a $3 increase. Other industry associations, such as the Cayman Islands Tourism Association and the Cayman Islands Small Business Association, have warned of the same result. It is our understanding that further increases in July of 2025 is being recommended by the committee based on a formula using the Consumer Price Index rate of inflation. An increase in the inflation rate of less than 2% on average would result in no increase. However, 2 to 3.5% increase in inflation would result in a further 25-cent increase, and 3.5 to 5% would result in a further 50 cents increase, being the minimum wage. In summary, our members support a rate increase between $7.50 and $8 to be implemented from July 2024, since this is the rate that we believe will least impact their businesses and will allow them to sustain the pricing levels. So, folks, we have gone beyond July of 2024. We are now in July of 2025. So the $8.75 now brings us to the point where that increase would have come anyway. As far as those businesses are talking about reducing their workforce, well, the government can deal with that as well. If you're going to reduce your workforce, make sure that the persons that you reduce first, that you cancel their work or you terminate their employment, what the government has to say to them is make sure that they are work permit holders, and not just tell them that, but monitor it as well through your business staffing plan board, through your work permit board, through the administrators who have the ability to approve work permits as well. Make sure that any reports of any companies laying off Caymanians because of the increase in the minimum wage, that their work permits then are dealt with in a fashion that they will not or may not like as well. And my last question before we go off the air, whatever happened to seasonal employment in the Cayman Islands? Why don't we go back to issuing work permits on a seasonal basis? So in the high season, tourism season, companies apply. One time used to do it. We had a lot of Irish workers that came here when the first Hyatt opened up as well. What about seasonal employment? You bring them here for the high season and you let them go. Who do you keep? You keep your resident, those persons who hold RERC residence and employment rights certificate. You keep your Caymanians, as well. Keep those who have permanent residence, and the others go and they return during the high season as well. Folks, we have problems in the Cayman Islands, but there are many solutions. We just have to have people with the testicular fortitude to do so. And in this particular case, as far as the minimum wage is concerned, we see a minister who is prepared to do that. With that, I want to thank all of you who participated this morning. Long day for me. I'm doing a double. I welcome you to join me at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market, experience a world of choice.